My name is Steve Hammond. I'm with Market Leader. We're a company out of Seattle. I've had the privilege to meet a lot of you today who use us. Some of you know a lot about us, and some of you have never heard of us. So one thing that you probably have heard of is how much rain we get in Seattle. Anyone from Seattle out there? Anyone? Big surprise. Oh, there's one? Okay, so you're going to sympathize with me. Year to date, just so you know, a little fact about Seattle, you can feel bad for me. We have had 3 days since January 1st over 60 degrees. So, and by the way, the high was 63, okay? So anyway, that being said, when I had the opportunity to come down to Florida, and I saw the pictures of the beaches, no brainer. We're going to try to get this clicker to work. I've heard that there's some issues. It worked. Okay, so what we're talking about today is conversations. And, you know, a lot of agents will make the assumption that a conversation has to happen, you know, on your phone with people. And obviously that's a good conversation to have, but there's a lot different ways to have conversations than just your phone. So where do conversations start? As you know, you got Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, I mean, just a ton of things out there. The big buzzword right now is social media, right? Some of you guys are implementing it, you're doing a great job. Some of you guys want to implement it and do a great job. But the fact is, social media is here to stay. And I'm breaking this. Let's just put these up here. Okay, so if you just look at these numbers, I mean, those are huge, right? I don't even have to ask how many people in here has a Facebook account because 98% of realtors have a Facebook account. So we need to make sure that utilizing all these different avenues of social media, that you're having conversations with them. So when you have one person that you're dealing with, it's very, very easy. We all know that. When you're utilizing social media correctly, obviously you're going to have a lot more people. Whoops, can we go back? One more? Thank you. One forward? There we go. Okay, so you're going to have a lot of people coming to your website, and if you're not driving people to your website from social media, please do. And we can have a whole different conversation about that. But anyway, you have all these people. You need to make sure that you have a CRM on the back end that allows you to engage with the people who are ready to go out and look at property, who are active, motivated, whatever adjective you want to use. So having a good CRM is going to allow you to target the people who you need to spend your time with. So we don't want you out there chasing everyone and, you know, chasing your tail as far as who's interested, who's not, how much time do I spend with this person, that person. We want to give you guys the tools to be able to spend your time assisting clients, okay? So if you look at this, it says top agents listen and add to conversations. In this room, I think we have about, what, 250, 300 people, something like that. There are top producers in this room. There are brand new agents in this room. Okay, as a matter of fact, a little side story, didn't plan on putting this in my presentation, but a gentleman that we work with, he's a Market Leader customer. He has been an agent, I believe, for about 5 months. I don't want to disclose his name just in case, you know, don't want to embarrass him. But in the last 5 months that he's worked with us, as a matter of fact, last month alone, he closed 7 deals. So that's pretty fantastic because he has a system right now that's allowing him to perform and have conversations like a top producer. But one thing I do know is that with all of you people in here, you all aspire to be top producers because that's why you're here. You're taking a day out of your busy schedule, out of the beautiful sunshine, to come in here and learn a little bit from all of us on how you can make your business more productive. Okay, so website conversations. Again, this is a conversation that doesn't happen over the phone. This is a conversation that if you have the technology on your website to continue to drive people back to you and to your website, you're going to be able to participate in these conversations. So, did I click that or can you go back one? No. Let's try one more. Okay, so one more? Okay, well, they changed the slides on me. So what you want to do, though, is when you're driving people to your website, you have to give them content that's relevant to what they're looking for. They want information about schools. They want information, obviously, about listings. They also want some information about topics that are relevant to them. So you have to be providing that. Now, having a good CRM on the back end side that communicates to you allows you to have that conversation. So if you know, thank you. If you know what your prospects are thinking and doing at every stage along the way, for instance, you know what homes they're looking at, how many times they've been on your website, et cetera, you're going to be able to engage with them and have that conversation that's relevant to them, okay? Instead of just kind of reaching out and saying, you know, I haven't talked to you for a few months, you know, want to see where you're at. Those days are long gone. You have to be engaged with them and have that conversation. Market trends, obviously the way the market is, more important than ever to be able to provide that type of information to your clients. Okay? Like we talked about before, you've got schools. Okay, so enhancing the conversation, this gets back to the CRM. Okay? This gets back to having the insight to know who to reach out to, when to engage based on what your prospects are doing. Okay? So who do I talk to? Okay? These are people who are coming to your site. This is some of the snapshots of the back-end system that we use. For you people who use Market Leader, you probably recognize this. This is our back-end system called Vision. We're more than happy to kind of tell you about it outside if you want some more information. But it's a real-time contact management system that literally will show you who is doing what on your site at that very minute. Okay? So here are your prospects. Again, it's going to not only show you who was on your website, but more importantly, what they've been doing while they've been on your website. Okay? So by having this type of information in a back-end CRM, you're having a conversation with people. Okay? You know what they are doing. You know how to react to their needs. You're able to provide the type of information that's relevant to them. Okay? So one of the conversation starters here are listing alerts. So I'm assuming that all of you guys use listing alerts to reach out to your clients, yes? Okay. So when you send out a listing alert, one of the dangers is when they click on that alert, it takes them to the MLS. So what we've done is we've put together an IDX website where the listing alerts are integrated into that site. When they click on the listing alert, it does not take them to the MLS. It takes them right back to your site. And the reason for that is when they're on your site with the tracking system, you're able to know exactly what that person is doing, how engaged they are, how many times they're looking at that house. Okay? Again, it's an opportunity that opens up the door to have that conversation. Okay, so recommended listings. Again, it's another reason why you can reach out to people. You want to make sure that your prospects are getting the type of service they're looking for. So having a system that will populate recommended listings that matches their criteria that they have not seen yet is critical. It's another reason to get them back to your website as opposed to just hopping on Google or Yahoo or wherever and just doing a property search. Okay? So the best agents are great listeners. We know that. Okay? To be a great listener, you have to have conversations. Conversations do not just begin and end with your cell phone. You have to have that conversation ongoing through your website, through blogs, social media. Make sure you have a good CRM on the back end that can handle all that so you can work with thousands of people at one time and not chase your tail.